Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning, everybody! Goodness! Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, has been out. Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, has been out. We have a few other small little tidbits, and we finally got an RSVP. We're going to discuss that too. So let's just get there, shall we? Let's jump in. Let's go. Okay, we're starting off this morning. I don't think I'm going to say his name correctly. It's Mayor Olajide. This boy, who's 17 years old and a student in Nigeria, spent over 150 hours making this art piece of Queen Elizabeth using a charcoal pen. He studies architecture. This is just a hobby for him. Unbelievable. Fabulous. All right, moving on. Here we go. Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, HRH, the Duke of Edinburgh, went and visited Harry Specters. This is a place that makes chocolate, and he was there to taste it and make it, and he wanted to learn all about their support for the autistic community. You guys know that's something I can get behind. He walked around speaking to some of the autistic people there that make the chocolate. I believe he tried his own hand at making the chocolate. Obviously, from this next photo, he needs just a smidge of practice. But good attempt. Good attempt. You can't fault him there. It was time for him to reveal a plaque. You guys should know this is the first official plaque he has ever revealed since he became the Duke of Edinburgh. I myself would have absolutely no problem walking through there sampling the goods. Wouldn't be able to control myself. All right. And he also went to Viva Arts. He opened their fabulous theater, and he went to look at their inspirational work with all ages 5 to 85. Next up, the HRH, Duchess of Gloucester, is going to be visiting the Isle of Wight very soon. I'll bring you photos when that happens. All right, King Charles went to visit some Yorkshire farmers. He was looking at the Countryside Fund. Now, the king founded this charity, and it has provided support to 166 farming families and granted over £500,000 to projects across that region. Now, they're saying, quote, "As a farmer himself, the king understands the challenges farmers are facing, and we're proud to be able to support them." Love it. Next up, HRH, the Duchess of Edinburgh, went to Men's Cap Health Inequality Summit today at St. Bartholomew's Hospital in London to learn about the healthcare inequalities that are faced by people with learning disabilities. Again, something I can get behind. Sophie heard from the NHS Chief Executive, Amanda Pritchard, and some other people about the benefits of annual health checks. And she then also met with Treat Me Well campaigners and people involved in the Oliver McGowan mandatory training on learning disabilities and autism. She also spoke with that boy's mother, Paula McGowan, who spoke about her work campaigning for that training following the death of her son, Oliver. Moving on, finally, royal communication that the Duke of Sussex, Harry, will attend the coronation, but not with Meghan and not with the children, just Harry by himself. So here's my take on it. They made so many demands. Number one, we want to be on the balcony. No. Number two, at some point during the coronation, we want you to acknowledge your grandson's 4th birthday. Which I don't get that, because it's not a family occasion, it's a state occasion. And last year on Archie's 3rd birthday, Harry was playing polo all day there, and no pictures came out. Nobody cared, you know. Number three, they wanted the kids to have some role like George has. They were told no. They wanted to hold a birthday party for Archie. They wanted that somehow included in the day. They were told no. So instead, they're going to resort back to what they usually do, divide and conquer. Harry is going to show up. He is only going to the actual coronation. I don't think he's been invited to anything else. Nobody is going to talk to him. We already know the royal family has it arranged that nobody is allowed to be alone in a room with him because, there's no proof of what was being said. Hopefully, they'll go out of their way to get NDAs signed. And I feel bad for Harry because he's going to be sitting there. Nobody is going to talk to him about anything except the weather. He is going to be shunned. That's another reason why I feel Meghan's not going. She knows nobody's going to talk to them. They're not going to get the pictures that they want. They're going to be booed, and she's not going to set herself up for that. Besides, she can't take pictures of this, what I'm sure is now going to be an unbelievable grand birthday party, and put them up to try to steal the thunder. And she's just the kind of person that would think that a 4-year-old's birthday party could somehow steal attention from a king being crowned in a coronation. Now, of course, Omid Scooby-Doo came out and defended their decision, saying their son's birthday is weighing on their minds. Right. Again, they didn't do anything for his 3rd birthday, but of course, the 4th birthday is such a big deal. And we all know exactly what's going to happen, don't we? Well, Dan Wooten and Patrick were on TV. They had something to say about that. Listen this.
Scobie's line about, it's all because of Archie's birthday, absolute rubbish. If it was my 4th birthday and someone gave me the chance to attend a king's coronation, I'd have absolutely jumped at the chance. It would have been the best birthday present in the world, Dan. So, complete and utter tosh, what they're saying there. But has King Charles... Oh, go on, Dan, you take it away.
I was just going to say, you're completely right. They are depriving these 2 children to be part of history. Yeah. It's actually quite sick in a way, but it's not at all surprising from Harry and me.
So there's absolutely no doubt that Meghan is going to release pictures of the birthday. Maybe she'll give an interview. She'll put out some statements. She'll do something in an attempt to grab the attention. She's left Harry so that she won't be booed, but Harry probably will be. I think we all know what's really going on here, don't we? But we really know what's happening here, right? They're withholding the kids. Meghan still could have gone to the UK. She could have stayed with friends. Apparently, they have friends there. They could have stayed in a hotel. There's other things they could have done. But they're doing what they've always done. They're blackmailing King Charles by not giving him access to the grandchildren. I mean, come on, guys. Well, Patrick and Dan had some more comments to go on about all of this. Listen to this.
You think that Meghan might be trying to avoid some inevitable backlash? What's going on?
Of course, she doesn't want to be booed. And the reality is, if she had attended the coronation, she would have been booed. The British public were going to boo her. And Meghan knew that. And she didn't want to put herself through that. Mark my words, Patrick, if Meghan thought there was any way she could attend the coronation and be welcomed with rapturous applause by the British public, she would be here, because she knows that her career hinges on a proximity to the royal family. Meghan couldn't take the risk given the way that the British public feel about her. Don't believe, Patrick, that odd little bloke Omid Scobie. He's the propaganda merchant who just likes to parrot whatever Harry and Meghan are telling him on a particular day. And he's trying to say, this is all down to Archie's birthday party. Absolute rubbish. If Meghan could be here, she would be here, but she knows that she would not be welcome.
Dan, do you think Harry will still get booed?
I actually don't. I don't, because I think he's going to only be there for a short moment. He's not going to be part of any of the official celebrations. He's not going to be on the balcony or anything like that. I think he has decided that in order to avoid the public indignity of a booing, he's going to have to make sure that there's no sort of stunts, no sort of walkabout. He's going to be in and out very quickly. And so he still holds out this forlorn hope that Harry is going to run back into his arms and will be a good son. I would say, Patrick, that only happens the moment that Harry is dumped.
There are rumors floating around that maybe Meghan's not bringing the kids because there might be a DNA test run on them. People are insinuating Meghan's going to play the doting mother and the ostracized wife at the same time. But this last article really caught my attention. I agree with it. I don't think she's going to be missed. And Charles has what he wants. He has both of his sons there, even though he's not talking to Harry. Maybe they will sit down with Harry once he's been scanned for bugs and recording devices, and they'll talk to him without Meghan being around. It's kind of like the Stockholm syndrome, you know? Maybe they'll actually be able to make some headway. Now, it has been suggested that this happened because there wasn't going to be enough security for Meghan and the children. I don't believe that for a second. I think that they didn't get what they wanted, and King Charles finally got in touch with them and said, either you're coming or you're not, yet you're past the time for RSVP. That's what I think. And even Angela Levin said, has Harry given up asking for an apology? No. I think he's still going to want one. And the reason he's coming without that apology is because he's a hypocrite. He can't even stand by the words that he said, that the ball is in their court. They need to sit down and have a talk with me. They never did it, but he's still going. And I agree with Meghan's mole. Next up, the legitimacy of the children and their validity in the line of succession. I'm putting out a video about that tomorrow. In the meantime, royalty from Sweden, Belgium, Spain, Malaysia, Denmark, Japan, Monaco, they've all RSVP'd. So the whole thing about I don't have security is going to be so tight at that coronation. So that tells you right there that the argument for security is literally a joke. Now, people are saying that Meghan Markle's time in the royal family is now over. The fact that she has decided to not go to the coronation means that she is severing ties with the family. So that's my thought process, and that's what the articles say. But not, of course, she's not done with them yet. We know that. She's going to write a book. She's going to whine. She wanted to make sure her children had titles, even though without the HRH, they're empty titles. I mean, she tried for an alternative royal family, and it didn't work out. Yeah. So I'm just here to say that I'm glad that a decision was finally made. I think that Harry is going to see the pomp and circumstance, and without Meghan going wah, wah, wah in his ear all the time, you never know what might come of this opportunity. All right, you guys, you know what to do. Leave those comments and make them good. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you've already hit that button, double check and make sure that you are still subscribed. Don't forget to go up into the description box to get the links to my Twitter, my Getter, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon, also the physical address if there's something that you want to mail. For those of you who've donated through the coffee fund and through my thanks button, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.